good, guys? Manchester United 1, Brentford 0. Better performance from Manchester United. Manchester United came under a lot of scrutiny after the Newcastle loss, specifically Erik ten Hag. There were questions about his first 11. There were questions about, some of the substitutions he's made. And I think the question that goes out to everybody at home today was, did Ten Hag answer those doubters? I think today he did. We saw a change in the striking department. Rashford in the number 9 position. Weghorst sits on the bench, doesn't get any game time today. I think that's very telling. Ten Hag came out in the press to speak about Weghorst, and he championed this player. And we know that Ten Hag never throws his players under the bus, but he championed Weghorst to say that, he wouldn't mind him staying on, which caused a lot of stir within the United community, on social media and within the UV community also. However, that being said, today he starts Marcus Rashford up top in the number 9 position and gives a start to Jadon Sancho, another player that has come in for the cold, and had a good performance today. Rashford gets the goal in the end, and it vindicates kind of, the decision that, a lot of us fans really wanted. We wanted to have sort of like a front three of Anthony, Martial when he's fit, Rashford, Sancho. Weghorst for us wasn't really doing it. But today, Rashford comes up with the goods. He gets the goal, the only goal in the game. A few notable mentions about today. Sabitzer comes in, second game there with McTominay against Newcastle. It didn't work. It didn't work. But today we saw, a revitalised midfield. There was more energy in this team. And I think, having seen Sabitzer today get on the ball more, play through the lines more, he was aggressive in the tackle. It was probably one of his best performances. And also Scott McTominay. He gets a lot of stick in the fan base worldwide. But however, McTominay played really well today. He cleared up a lot of, Brentford's attacks. They didn't have a lot, but the attacks they did have... The attacks that they did have, Scott McTominay did really well. He cleared up a lot of clearances from the box as well. When we look at Bruno Fernandes, he rarely gave the ball away today, and that is something that we have been really critical of Bruno's gameplay. Giving the ball away to the opposition cheaply sometimes, but today, that wasn't a thing. He kept hold of the ball. He was spraying some nice passes. He was linking up with the play in the midfield. He was linking the midfield to the attack. He was doing what Bruno does. And I think today was more of a disciplined performance from him. And I think that was the message today. It was to be professional. It was to go out and get that 3 points. We was having, in our ear, we could hear Newcastle were winning by quite a few goals. And I think that Ten Hag would have been hearing that. And United had to get a result today, had to get a 3 points. We know that the top 4 race is a close race. United, at the moment, because of that win today, are in 4th position. However, Tottenham are only 3 points behind. So getting 3 points on the board today was vital. I think it's a really good response considering how United were beaten by Newcastle. I definitely think that, United did bounce back today. It needed a performance. I think the 3 points is what matters. The performance wasn't the greatest performance today, but it was an improvement. And it was definitely an improvement on where we've been in the last few weeks. United have been winning games, have been getting things out of games. However, the performances haven't warranted those results. Today, I'd say, is a little bit different. I think United did enough today to be the better team. Brentford were very shocking today. They didn't really have a clean sniff at goal. David De Gea's passing today was better than it's been in such a long time. Although Brentford didn't really press Manchester United a lot, David De Gea's passing reached our teammates. And I know I'm getting happy about the passing, but it is something that he has come under heavy scrutiny in our fan base about. But he proved today that he can actually play with his feet. He came out, claimed a couple of crosses. He was sweeper keeping, as everybody likes to talk about. But then when we look at his opposite number, David Raya, I didn't see the same today. David Raya gave the ball away numerous times. He made a lot of mistakes. It's not to say that David Raya is a bad player, but my whole point of what I'm basically trying to say, guys, at home is footballers make mistakes. Goalkeepers will make mistakes, and David De Gea is not an exception to that rule. I thought he had a really good game today. It was neat and tidy. Luke Shaw goes off with an injury. Not sure what the injury was. We see him having a word with Ten Hag. Not too sure what it was. Let's hope it's not serious. Hopefully he's back, next week. And then Malacia comes on, and I think Malacia has such a great performance. today, where he covered every blade of grass. He's got that dog in him. He's really got that dog in him, you know. And I think that's why us fans really love Malacia. He's come in and he looked on form. He looked bright. He looked energetic. The pairing of Martinez and Varane. What do I need to say, guys? We know that pairing is a very good pairing. You know, we've had a few bad games this season, but again, this is the first season that they've been able to be together in this United lineup. And what we're seeing is a pairing that's flourishing. You know, if we can get upgrades in the squad, maybe a right back, maybe even a keeper, as everyone's talking about, that pairing could become something that we can build titles off. I truly believe that. You know, Sancho came in today, played really well. He's been out of the team quite a long time, but he's come in today. And let's see if he can get a string of games together. Steph mentioned it on the match view. She said that this is probably Ten Hag testing him, and I fully agree with that. Those of you at home that are Sancho fans and you like Sancho, we have to be honest, he hasn't really set it alight. But today he played really well. He was linking up with Shaw really well. When Shaw came off, he was linking up with Malacia really well. He was linking up with Rashford really well. And that's what we like from Jadon Sancho, in and around that box, linking the play, one-touch passes. And he was really class with some of his touches today. Anthony Martial, listen, Anthony Martial, he comes on, you know, it wasn't as big of a cameo as the Newcastle one, but he comes on, he does enough. We see the strength that he has, being able to turn under pressure, receive the ball under pressure and win fouls in important areas. He just needs to get that match rhythm and that match fitness going. I definitely think that he can, you know, get back on track, hopefully this season. We need to see if he's going to be, if he's going to provide the impact that's needed. Rashford can't do it by himself. Bruno can't do it alone either. So the goals are going to need to be coming from everywhere. Another thing that Steph said on the match view was that we need to be able to spread these goals around. Can United get more goals? Because that goal difference is actually looking really, really dangerous for United at this moment in time. I think that could be separating from a lot of the different spots in the top four. So United do need to be getting more goals. But today, it was a positive game, a positive outcome. I think Ten Hag did well, Sancho did well, Marcus Rashford did well, Malacia did well for coming on, David De Gea played well, overall Sabitzer played well as well. Overall, a very, very good performance from the team. Not very, very good, but a professional performance. Maybe I'm getting a bit too giddy, but it's Man United. I love Man United. But the boys did what they needed to do today. We got to go on to the next game soon. Manchester United again 1, Brentford 0. I'll see you on the next one, guys.